My brother Andrew's written a song and he's putting a band together. He just calls himself Andy, and musicians are queuing up to play with him. Andrew's been really angry for a long time, and great things can come out of talent and pain. This song he wrote, he says it's amazing, says he plays it every single day, and even he's not fed up with it yet. He calls it Retard Dad and says he'll be playing it at the Glastonbury Festival next year on the newcomers stage. Andrew's first gig at Glastonbury, I wouldn't miss it for the world. I'm so proud of him. And if you knew what Andrew'd been through, you'd be proud of him too. My dad was a crazy man, see, and he made our lives miserable. He killed a puppy once when we were young, kicked it to death right there in front of us. He resented every animal that we ever brought home, and we were animal daft, always bringing home cats and dogs and ducks and donkeys and anything we found in the streets that looked like it might be in need of a good home. And often others that weren't in need of a good home at all. Lots of bad stuff happened in our lives, but one of the best things that ever happened was that finally, at the age of 59, after 40 years of abuse, Mum found the courage to say no more. She threw a few bits into her tartan hold-all, put the dogs and the cats into the back of the car, and finally she left him. And I've never been more proud. After she was gone, I thought about him. And through the cracks in the doors of my mind, I could see him there at home by himself, with nobody. He's wishing he'd been a better father, that he'd been there for us, that he could remember our birthdays for Christ's sake. And next thing I know, my eyes are welling up and a lump's appearing in my throat, and I start thinking about how things could have been and what a waste of time that is. Mum, though, she's making up for wasted time. She's bought herself a wee flat and a fancy wee car, and she started placing discreet ads in the Lonely Hearts columns in the local paper. She's decorated her new pad on a jungle theme, so African masks and elephant trunks adorn the walls. Her life-size sculpture of a Zulu warrior holding a spear she carted back from the south of France wrapped in a sleeping bag stands in the corner and doubles as a hat stand. And 2 bongo drums sit at each side of her king-size bed and double as bedside tables. She's finally getting to express herself, and she's doing it in style, in fabrics and furs, in sculptures and in masks, and she doesn't care what anybody thinks. This is freedom, and Mum likes the taste. And every so often, in her wee dark moments, she thinks about how life might have been if she hadn't met him and she'd taken that interior design course instead. And she thinks about all the years she's wasted and what she should have done and what she could have done before she met him and got saddled with 3 kids, 4 dogs, 5 cats, and a donkey called Annie. She's coming down from Scotland for another visit to Sydney soon. She comes down twice a year to see us, and last time she brought a 15-foot blow-up Santa Claus you plug in and it lights up the garden. Some people might be embarrassed by what their mums do, but me, I couldn't be prouder. She's the best thing that ever happened in my life, and I wouldn't change her and her 15-foot blow-up Santa Claus for all the bongos in the world.